Hello everybody, this is Kenton Taylor Howard, and today I'm going to walk you through a quick tutorial on creating sound in Unity. This is based off another YouTube tutorial that I posted in our web courses section, so you're also welcome to watch that YouTube tutorial, but I'm going to walk you through the steps for creating content that you're going to use in the next upcoming tutorial in our class, tutorial 1.5. So basically what I've done here just to set things up is created a 3D Unity project. This will work perfectly fine in 2D as well. And I found a couple sound files on my computer that I want to use. I previously have downloaded these, I believe, from opengameart.com, which is a site where you can get free audio content and other types of game art that's copyright free. So I'm going to go ahead and drag these into my Unity project. That's all it takes to get the files into Unity. Literally just like a drag and drop. That's basically it. And you should see them pop up in your assets folder as soon as you've dragged them in. So once you've found the sound files you want to use, drag them in, all those sorts of good things, you're going to need a game object to play the sound files. Sometimes people will use the camera for this, and that's definitely something you could potentially do. But I'm going to go ahead and create a game object specifically for it, just to kind of make things a little bit cleaner and easier to pay attention to. So I'm going to go ahead and go to game object. I'm going to go ahead and create an empty game object. It doesn't really need to necessarily be any specific type. And I'm going to add a component to it. What I'm going to do is add a C# script to it. We're going to hit create and add. And we're going to add another component to it, and that is going to be an audio source. So I'm going to scroll down to audio and select audio source. So now I'm going to open up my C# script and write some code that we're basically going to be using to control the audio in our game. So I'm going to write a couple pieces of code here, and then I'll go ahead and explain what they do in a moment. Let me just type them through real quick. So what I've done here is created a public audio source variable called music source, and we're going to be able to use that to tell Unity what game object should be playing the audio. Next, I'm going to create a couple variables called audio clip variables, and these can be used to actually hold music files. So as you can see, I've typed public audio source, music source, public audio clip, music clip 1, public audio clip, music clip 2. The audio clip variables I just created are going to be used to hold two different music clips that we're going to be able to play. So next, I'm going to write some code in update, and these are going to be a series of if statements that we can use to play different music files. And again, this might take me a moment to type through the code. I'll remind you that you can actually find the code for this on the Unity Sound tutorial page that I posted in web courses. So if you're having trouble following along with the code and want to read it later instead of trying to like write it as we go or something like that, that's definitely an option too. So the code I just wrote, which if you weren't able to see it as I was typing, was musicsource.clip equals musicclip1 and then musicsource.play. And I put that inside of an if statement that says if input.getKeyDown keycode.w. Essentially what this code is going to do is when we press the W key, it's going to set musicsource.clip to musicclip1, and then it's going to play that song that we're associating with our W button. We're also going to create an if statement to turn that off, because the problem is right now when we let go of the W key, that music will just keep playing infinitely and it won't turn off until the clip stops. That would obviously be kind of frustrating. So I'm going to write some code that will basically stop it. So what did I do? I wrote another if statement that says if input.getKeyUp, keycode.w, music source.stop. So this code does pretty much exactly what you would expect and stops the music source basically when I let go of the W key. Now, before we write any more code, let's go ahead and go into Unity and test so we're not trying to write all of our code at once. And we don't want to necessarily find out that this stuff isn't working halfway through. So I'm going to save this file. I'm going to jump back over into Unity. And I'm going to take a look at my game object, which now has a bunch of new stuff on it. If you notice under new behavior script, you've got music source, music clip 1, music clip 2. So what I'm going to do first is tell Unity what game object is actually playing my audio. And that's actually going to be the game object that this script is on. So weirdly enough, I'm actually going to drag this game object into a slot that's on the same game object. It's the music source slot. So now I've told Unity, okay, what's playing my audio is this game object that we've created. The next thing I need to do is actually drag an audio clip in so that it knows what sound file it's supposed to play when I press the W key. So let's go ahead and grab our little town sound clip and drag that into music clip 1. We're going to hit play to test. And I'm holding down W right now so the music's playing. When I let go of W, the music suddenly stops. So it looks like everything is working correctly so far. As we're standing right now, we are able to play music by holding down W and stop that music by letting go of W. So the only other thing we might want to do is be able to play a second clip. And to do that, all we need to do is create some more code. Interestingly enough, all we have to really do is cut and paste a lot of the code we've got and change a few things. So we're going to cut and paste the code that we've already created. And instead of using W for this, we're going to use R instead. So you'll notice that I've got W and R now. So if input.getKeyDown keycode.R and if input.getKeyUp keycode.R. There's only one other thing I need to change, and that's I want to add in a second music clip so I can play two different songs. What I'm going to do is go change this music clip 1 that I created to music clip 2, and that's why I originally created 2 audio clip variables. So now let's save that. Jump back over into Unity. And let's go ahead and drag our second audio clip in. Let's hit play. And we got our second audio clip. It's playing while I hold down the R button. When I let go of the R button, it stops. So we're able to actually start and stop our music as well. That gives you a quick rundown of how to start and stop music with Unity. You'll also notice that there's a loop setting in here that allows you to control whether or not the music is looping. I've actually posted some code in the optional Unity sound tutorial that you can use to control that with a keyboard press. So for example, if you're interested in using the L key to control whether or not music loops instead of just automatically having that music loop, that's definitely an option you can do too. I'm not going to walk you through necessarily that code today just because this video is already getting a little long, but just keep in mind that that's available to you and I've got it posted in web courses. So thank you for listening to me today, and I hope this gives you a better idea of how to use sound in Unity.